But you don't need these institutional PhDs sometimes. But nowadays, because it is the requirements of the institution we have to have, your PhD must come from your forehead. The way you talk, the way you use your body language, the way you love other people, isn't it? A fascination to see, meet, mingle, and interact with each and everyone. That is your intellectual capabilities, nothing else. So, Bangladesh is there. Now, what is important? You can see 35,000 documents. Now, for the last century, now if I talk about mid-70s, is more than 350 years or 300 years. Until then, the US and North America dominated all the research, and followed by the European countries, dominated by UK. So, however, for the last few years, it's shifting. China became the second. UK was second, it's become now third. But qualitative research is happening massively in UK still now, in certain field. They are the main. Germany, India, they were far behind. If we had 2009, we had 15 million publications. Only less than 1 million publications, whole Africa and Asia. But forget about India and China. Very few, isn't it? But now, India has more than 1,000 institutions, means higher educational institutions. I'm not talking about the colleges. In Bangladesh, you have more than 130 higher education universities, and you have more than 1,800 institutions, including colleges and so on, isn't it? What a big landscape. But I see that you need another 200 universities very soon, because the population growth is tremendous. Because World Bank prediction by 2050, the population of Bangladesh will be increased by 1/3. So it means if it is now 16 million, how much? 160 million, 16 crore, it will become 27 crore. Are you thinking about it? Whether you will have a place to live? But we must invent something now. We must prepare something today for 2050. I don't think anybody is thinking about it. They're so busy with the current affairs, isn't it? It's very sad. So this is just a snapshot to see where we are standing. Look at that. Our India, Malaysia, South Africa, Thailand, Saudi Arabia. South Africa, they have their own research council, not for the institutions. It's called Datta, Department of Higher Education Training. Datta. If any journals not recognized by Datta, even you publish, no fund will come. And university will not recognize you. I would like to see that UGC must have a proper research council. They must create a list, and they must tell the universities that all the academics must publish based on the list. And university must ensure any publication without this list, they don't give any fund to the academic. It is not negative, it's good for you, isn't it? I'm sure that nowadays they don't give fund. They must allocate certain amount of money for each and every academics. Because at the end of the day, you are the main navigator to navigate the whole nation to the prosperity and growth. Is most important. Now, if I show you, let me see whether I can do it. So this is the link. If you go to the link, then you can see the different countries ranked. You'll see the breakdown, okay? Go to the link. So this is, I'll not go through, you know why you are publishing, the quality of a good paper. So I'll show you some slides. One is that any paper you are publishing, make sure that it is contributing. I tell you today, say anybody is from marketing field here? Marketing, 2 people. Now I would like to see, there's a superstore industry, the organized retail sector is growing. I'm expert on organized retail sectors. For the last 10 years we've been doing in many countries the retailing side of business. Now if I ask you, bring 10 articles on customer behavior towards anything, organized superstore retailing in Bangladesh or food store retailing in Bangladesh, you will find out all these 10 papers produced by Bangladesh are similar. Similar patterns of literature review. So if it is similar, if I'm smart and you also smart, what's the point? I have to be more unique, isn't it? I must be much smarter than you. So research means identifying the problem. It is not only just mere literature review. So I would like to see that you are identifying a problem. There is a problem now that Abdul Rahim He said that we are the swimming dancer, that we jump to buy anything when we see that that is new. Sometimes the media have, you see, advertisement. They're creating that type of stimulus within our body that we jump to buy. Now, I was really shocked when I see that Pran, they're selling mango juice, and when there's an investigatory, you see the news, they found that for the last 10 years, there's no mangoes at all inside the factory. So government must have some requirements, what percentage of mango they should have, what percentage of powder they should use, isn't it? So this is the problem. So we'd like to see it is something new. You are contributing something new. Now, the newness can be that EU literature review is the current, the latest literature review. And they said that the way customer behave, it is not the same way behave even in India, even in Maldives, even in Nepal. Something new patterns here, isn't it? Think about the time of, you see, the season, like you have the Eid festival, you have the Durga Puja festival. Why people are buying so many things? And very interesting, the many superstore nowadays, you have that front line, you see, merchandising. When you take their last minute decisions, do that way, being something new. It may be methodology is new. It may be structural model is new. It may be conceptual model is new. It may be that your conclusion has something newness. So I'd like to see something is new there. Originality, relevance, clarity, structure, quality. Now, most of the publication, I really don't understand why it is happening. Can you see? You all are sitting here. What a smartness you have. You are using comb. I was using actually comb. My grandson said, why you are using comb? There is no hair on your head. But you all are smart. Am I right? You don't go out without the smartness. You understand how to become a smart, most smartness. So you are attracted by other people. So when you develop your paper, why don't make it smart? Because to make it smart, you don't need to do hard work. Just you look at how I can actually do the font, style, punctuation, pagination, numbering, and when you do the tables and figures, you are doing by using Word. Now think about it, you are sending by using Word format, and if it is accepted, we are using the Word format, inside the text can be lost. Then you will be very angry. Oh, you have taken my it's a text. So there is a certain doctrine, certain formula you must use. But nowadays, we do not accept if any tables, figures, or models you are submitting without converting into JPEG. Now, when you are converting JPEG, it must be 300 resolution. Otherwise, during the printing, it will not come. There is a certain software you can use. So you must learn. You see, research means learning and gaining the new skills, the most important. When you are using references, you are doing it manually. So when you are doing it manually, it's inconsistent. You see, inconsistency is one of the biggest problems we have in research. You see, you have cited 40 citations inside the text. In list, I found 20. Or in list, I found 46. So instead of writing references, you are writing bibliography. So that's inconsistent, isn't it? Sometimes when there is a journal name you are writing in italic, and next one you are writing without italic. It is inconsistent. So when you do make sure it's consistent, because first there is no way academic is going to read out or read your whole article. First we are going to read your title, isn't it? So title phrase it such way. There is a scientific law how to develop a title. There is a scientific framework how to write an abstract. But our problem is that no university teaching this to their professor, isn't it? And that is the lack. So we are not saying that is bad. We are saying that is good. But we need to know someone come and ask us or guide us how to do it. This is the most important thing. So, and also, you are writing something, it is totally local. There is no problem at all. I would like to see the behavior of school children at a kindergarten in Borura. Now, when I say Borura and you are submitting to international journal, people will say, what is Borura? And they will be confused, isn't it? Because your audience is international. There is no problem to conduct about Borura, but I can write down in Borura, Bangladesh. So they will know that the model I am developing or I am identifying in Bangladeshi context by looking at a local market, it has the relevance in global market, isn't it? So someone in Kenya Tanzania or Ghana or other countries can replicate the same method and apply to their context. And that is most important. Now, successful publishing criteria, as you mentioned, that thinking ahead during research. So when you are doing PhD first year, this is the time you must think that by the time I'm going to defend my thesis, I must have 2 to 3 publications. Attending conferences is a good way to bring the good publication, because conferences will give you the feedback, isn't it? Ideas. Conference, you don't need the competitive paper. You need just idea, proposal, and so on. Attend as much as conference you can, then you'll meet with the different types of people. So different types of people means you have the opportunity to collaborate, to bring or make partnership. So selecting suitable journal, many people you are submitting paper without selecting the right journal. Many people are